Hey guys, it's Fiona from Eventide Reads, and today I'm here to do a quick video because I want to talk about the Waterstones Children's Book Prize 2014 shortlist. Some of my older subscribers and my friends who've been around for a while may know, or you may remember, that I went on hiatus for 2 months at the end of last year. Well, what I was actually doing was reading the long list for the Waterstones Children's Book Prize. And I can't talk about that, so I'm going to talk about the shortlist today because it's finally announced and we can talk about it. So I'm briefly going to go over the ones that made the teen list because that's what we like to talk about on here. We like teen. Obviously I can't talk about what made the long list because that isn't available information. So let's get started. The first one, of course, is The Bone Dragon by Alexia Casal. Don't know how to say that. I actually was very surprised by this book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And I think the fact that it was quite a dark book, quite surreal, but also with a fantasy kind of element that wasn't too fantasy, I think will really interest a lot of people. It just had this great feeling about it. I really enjoyed it. The next one is, of course, Paper Aeroplanes by Dawn Porter. This is not a surprise to make the list at all. Everybody raves about this book. It wasn't my personal cup of tea, I must admit, but it wasn't a bad book. It's nice to have a book that talks more about friendship than about romance. It's quite interesting that that is what she chose to talk about. And it's also getting a sequel, which is pretty cool. The next one is Butter by Erin Lang. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if the E is silent or not. I don't know. Butter is another really interesting book because I wasn't sure about this book at all. I know a couple of people who absolutely rave about this book. I think it's amazing. I understand what it's about and why it's about what it's about, but it just didn't appeal to me. But I think it's a great book for talking about serious bullying and how far it can go. It's definitely worth a read if you're interested in that kind of thing. And then we have If You Find Me by Emily Murdoch. This is another one that everybody talks about. I mean, I wasn't sure about it at first, and as I got going, I got more and more into it, more and more enjoyed it, and actually it really got me, to be honest. I still haven't finished the very end, I must admit. I haven't had time, but I do intend to finish it at some point. But what I read, I absolutely enjoyed very, very much. And then, of course, there is Geek Girl by Holly Smale. How could this not make the list? Everyone loves this book. Again, not my personal cup of tea. It was just a little bit too... Oh, it's a little bit awkward. But I understand sort of for the younger teens, it works fantastically well and it bridges the gap between 9 to 12 teen, that kind of blurred area that no one really knows what to do with. It's fantastic for that. It has real girl appeal for sort of more awkward teenage years. Maybe if I'd been 13 when I read it, I would have got it more because I was very much an awkward teen. Who knows? Lastly, we have Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys. I hope I've said that right. Again, names I can't say today. This one is a historical, and I thought, oh God, I have to read historical because I don't like historical. But actually, I really fell in love with this book. It is such an interesting and different book. It's like I wouldn't read anything like it. Normally if someone put it in front of me and said try this, I would have been like, nah, I'm alright. But because I had to read all the books, it made me open my eyes somewhat to different things, and maybe I should try more, which is why I've ended up reading more books lately. Because I'm like, oh, I'll try this, I'll try this, I'll try this. But Out of the Easy, there was just something about it that really, really got my attention. And I was hooked. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. Even if you don't like historical, maybe it's for you because it's not about the time period as such as I find a lot of historicals are. So that's my wrap up of the teen shortlist. If you'd like to see me do the 5 to 12 shortlist, because I read there is as well, then let me know, leave a comment down below. But I will tell you, I think my 2 favourite books are actually on that list. Bing! So yes, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's a little bit short, but it's an extra video. Hey! So I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!